Leonardo da Vinci, a name that echoes through the corridors of history, conjures images of artistic brilliance and scientific ingenuity. Born in 1452 in the small town of Vinci, Italy, he emerged as one of the most influential figures of the Renaissance, a period that celebrated human potential and creativity. As one delves into the life and works of Da Vinci, a compelling question arises. Was he a polymath genius, a man whose talents traversed myriad disciplines, or merely a procrastinator, a dreamer whose ideas remained unrealized? To understand Leonardo, one must first appreciate the breadth of his genius. He was not only a painter, but also an architect, engineer, scientist, anatomist, and inventor. His masterpieces, such as the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, are celebrated not just for their artistic merit, but also for their profound understanding of human emotion and perspective. The enigmatic smile of the Mona Lisa continues to captivate audiences, while the dynamic composition of the Last Supper reveals Leonardo's mastery in depicting narrative and emotion. These works are not merely paintings. They are windows into the soul of humanity, rendered with an acute awareness of light, shadow, and form. Leonardo's notebooks further illuminate his polymathic nature. Filled with sketches, diagrams, and notes, they reveal a mind that was perpetually curious, relentlessly questioning the world around him. He meticulously studied anatomy, dissecting human bodies to understand musculature and movement, a practice that informed his art and laid the groundwork for modern biology. His observations of the natural world, from the flight of birds to the flow of water, showcased an insatiable desire to understand the principles governing nature. He designed machines that were centuries ahead of their time, including concepts for flying machines, armored vehicles, and hydraulic pumps. In these pages, one can see a mind that was not content to simply observe. It sought to innovate, to create, to push the boundaries of what was possible. Yet, amidst this incredible output, there lies a paradox. Leonardo was notorious for leaving projects unfinished. His contemporaries noted his tendency to abandon works, often moving on to new ideas before completing the old. The Adoration of the Magi, commissioned in 1481, remains a haunting testament to his unfinished endeavors. The canvas, filled with dynamic figures and intricate compositions, was left incomplete, a striking contrast to the vibrancy of his vision. This pattern of incompletion raises questions about his work ethic and focus. Was he a visionary whose ideas outpaced his ability to execute them? Or was he a procrastinator, unable to see his projects through to fruition? The notion of procrastination is often associated with a lack of discipline or motivation, but in Leonardo's case, it may be more nuanced. His relentless curiosity could have been both a gift and a curse. The very traits that made him a genius, his wide-ranging interests, an insatiable thirst for knowledge, could also explain why he struggled to complete projects. With so many ideas swirling in his mind, it is conceivable that he found it difficult to focus on any single endeavor long enough to bring it to completion. The Renaissance itself was a time of exploration and discovery, a period where the boundaries of knowledge were expanding rapidly. For someone like Leonardo, who sought to understand and master the entirety of human experience, the temptation to pursue new avenues of thought must have been overwhelming. Moreover, Leonardo's life was marked by the tumult of the political and social landscape of his time. The shifting allegiances of the Italian city-states, the patronage of powerful figures like Ludovico Sforza in Milan, and the constant threat of war could have contributed to his unfinished works. The environment in which he lived was one of instability, and the demands of patrons often dictated the pace and focus of his work. He was frequently pulled in different directions, juggling commission while also pursuing his own interests. This external pressure may have exacerbated his tendency to abandon projects as he navigated the complexities of artistic and scientific inquiry in a world fraught with uncertainty. Yet, while it is tempting to label Leonardo as a procrastinator, it is essential to recognize the value of his incomplete works. They offer a glimpse into his thought process, a window into the evolution of his ideas. The sketches and notes that populate his notebooks are not mere distractions. They are the lifeblood of his creativity. They demonstrate a mind in constant motion, grappling with concepts that would take others a lifetime to explore. In this light, the unfinished projects become less about failure and more about the journey of discovery. They reflect a man who was not bound by the constraints of completion, but rather embraced the fluidity of thought. In examining Leonardo's legacy, one cannot overlook the impact he has had on countless fields. His contributions to art, science, and engineering continue to resonate today. The principles he developed in anatomy have influenced generations of artists and medical professionals alike. His visionary designs have inspired engineers and inventors, reminding us that the spirit of innovation is timeless. To label him solely as a procrastinator diminishes the profound impact of his work and the brilliance of his mind. Ultimately, Leonardo da Vinci embodies the tension between genius and procrastination, a complex interplay of creativity and completion. His life serves as a reminder that brilliance often exists in the spaces between finished works, in the ideas that remain unformed, and the explorations that lead us down unexpected paths. In a world that often values completion and productivity, Leonardo's legacy invites us to embrace the journey of inquiry, to celebrate at the questions that propel us forward, and to recognize that the pursuit of knowledge is, in itself, a worthy endeavor. He was not merely a procrastinator. He was a visionary whose unfinished symphony continues to inspire and challenge us to think beyond the confines of our own limitations.